I'm here. Whew, I didn't realize what time it was. Usually I'm on earlier, but I'm just going with the flow today. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing. That's where my energy is. My energy is just allowing things to go with it. Go with what is feeling right. So come on in, say hello, welcome. My name is Mary Jane Tracy, psychic medium, spiritual love of life coach, and lover of the astrology and everything that is cosmos. Man, I had to. I do that sometimes, and as I was thinking, I was of the energies that I mentioned, like something big was going to happen, and when I was when I said that and looking at on the explosion that happened in Lebanon, and blessings out to everybody. Energy so high I could throw up. That the explosion happened in Lebanon, and then there was an explosion, I think, a few other places too around the world. And that is your Mars. Mars was squared Jupiter, and it is that Mars energy of explosion, of war, of here it is, and Jupiter in Capricorn is going to expand that, and it's a square. Of course, it's tough. So there's some toughness that comes in with that and comes in with that energy. And we have this transformation of energy that's coming in. And we're not going to get the full truth with Pluto there too. Things are going to be revealed over time. Jupiter has just left the last decade and is at 19 degrees. So things are, going down to, I think it's going to go down to what, 15 degrees. So with Jupiter going, as it's retrograding, it's not, that's very volatile when Jupiter's at 15 degrees Capricorn. It's a very volatile energy that comes in. So we have this volatile energy that's all around us, and we're feeling it. We're feeling this energy, and we're feeling this transformation that's coming in. And Lilith is making her mark too, and Lilith is in Aries, right? Like Lilith just pops around all over the place, but she's there with Eris, and Eris is this goddess of chaos, and she is wanting to create chaos, to bring greatness, to bring in good, to bring in positivity. But what are you doing in your life to do that? This is the energy that's bringing in for us to step into who we are, our greatness, and to ask. And this is where there is this big energy that, it's building. I've been telling you everything that I've been saying to you over the last several months. We're coming into it now. This is the buildup. This is where we are. This is this energy that I've been saying, things are going to start getting really erratic, and things are going to starting to get nutty in and around the world. And where are you finding your truth? Where are you finding that alignment? Are you finding the truth on CNN? God forbid, fuck. Or are you finding your truth within inside yourself? Are you finding that truth of you exalting your own self, of being the truth of who you are, and not being the truth of what somebody else expects you to be? Are you standing there? Are you allowing yourself? I think, when I was listening to the Leo King this morning, and I was feeling the same thing, and he said, if you're not exalting yourself, that's one of the reasons why the world is fucked. It's because people are allowing other people to lead them. They're not allowing them their own uniqueness to shine. They're not allowing who they are and what they want to become to shine. There's so many fucked up excuses, people. I don't have money. I can't do that. I don't have time. And here it is. This energy is saying, wow, we are coming into a culmination of energies that are building, and it's building up very rapidly. And we're seeing it. There's a scrambling of the control. There is a scrambling of wanting to be to be in control and not to let go of that control, right? And this is, can we just pass the, it's Capricorn's fault. Yes, it's all Capricorn's fault. I didn't notice that this morning. But it is this energy of bringing in change. And we have to ask what's this? What are they showing us? And on the 8th and the 9th, what constitute, that's something else I want to get into, the Lionsgate, because that really pisses me off. But this is about coming into energies of this bolt of lightning. So when Mars strikes, Mars is like a bolt of lightning, and it strikes, and it's, it just hits. There's a footballer who was playing, and he got struck by lightning, and I think he's in recovery. But when you get struck, it's like, whoa, what just happened? Same thing, I looked at that bombing in Lebanon, and it was a hydrogen bomb. It had the mushroom cloud. It was perfect. It was just perfect. So you're seeing, it's like, oh, okay, well, what is underhanding this? What is going on there? Because there's always another agenda. Same with when Notre Dame when Notre Dame went into flames. When Notre Dame went into flames, everybody's like, oh, look at Notre Dame. Do you know that they moved the gargoyles and all the precious stuff out of Notre Dame days before? Because of the riots that were happening in France, and the president of France did not want to go. So with the yellow coats that were rioting in France at the time, so let's do a distraction. Let's burn down the church. So let's move out the precious gargoyles and everything else that needs to be out there, because that's what they did. So there's always, and I always say to people, investigate, look into the information. Look into the information. A lot of people are just taking face value. They just look at the news and, oh, that must be the truth. Like I think, what was it, MNBC or MNNBC or whatever it is, they said, they just quoted, and I just was reading it yesterday, that COVID will be COVID may will be one of the top 10 killers of 2020. May will be. It's not even in the fucking top 10. What? Look at it. Right now in New York, people are leaving. They're checking out. They're checking out in New York City because of restraints that are happening there, of checkpoints. If you are caught, if you are leaving and they have you on their little list, it's a $10,000 fine. And if you can't pay that $10,000 fine, where are you going? What's going to happen? Who has $10,000 to pay? Some people do, but I mean, just to fork over and pay them because you didn't do your 10-day or 12 days, I think they're going up to. I think in some places they're going up to 14-day isolation. Wake up call. Eris is coming in. Lilith is with Eris, and the two of them together are two goddesses you don't fuck with. These are two goddesses. Lilith is the first woman to Adam. And he couldn't handle her, so he asked God for another one. Then comes Eris, the goddess of chaos. You don't invite me to the party, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to create. This is where we are at. And a lot of people are leaving the areas of different states. And I mentioned to you, I feel like that's the mama coming at me. I told you. But I mentioned that states and that are going to be shutting down borders. They're not going to be allowing other people in. What does that mean? That's not coming together as unity. That's separation. That's where this energy comes in. It says, you want to come together? We can come together and we can exalt. We can come together as humanitarians and create something fabulous. Or, as the Mafia brothers say, if you don't want it, I'll give you the other thing. I can give you something that's going to exalt you. I can give you something. Okay, you can stay in your shit. It's your choice. But this is where the heavy hand is coming down. The heavy hand of God is coming down. And I'm saying God, and this is the whole thing. So people who are getting triggered by the word God, God is universal. God is universal. God isn't just Odin or Allah or Jesus or Buddha. Okay? It's the all. So in saying that, I'm saying in all. And if you get triggered, well, you can fuck off. That's the Scorpios coming out in me today, because the other funny thing is, I do have Mars in my Scorpio. So when it comes to things that are controversial or wanting to push the limit, yes. And my Scorpio is in my Leo house, which is the 5th house. So let's just double down on all the crazy energies in my chart. This is where we are come into our beauty and who we are. So much is going to be coming up about this Lions Gate. And I dare you to ask people where they get their information, because they're going by the Gregorian calendar. Plus, this is a leap year. Are they just saying it because it's 8/8? Because that is like, if you are following the Gregorian calendar to open up portals, those aren't the portals. The portals are that of when you follow the astrological timing. 8/8 is not the portal. It is not the portal. And the portal, the Lion's Gate, is all of the Leo energy. When the sun enters Leo, that is all of the Lion's energy. That's it. It's not one fucking day that you can get to access it. This is it. We're in this beautiful illumination of this energy. Whoa, I'm knocking everything down. This is where Leo is in its dignity. The sun is there. And in comes Mercury. Mercury's speeding up. He's in there. He's ramping up. He's coming in with all of this. Let's get this energy going. Let's get it going. That's what this is. Venus at 29 degrees today. Venus is coming in, and she's at the last end of Gemini, coming in to Cancer. She's coming into this energy. She's coming in there. She wants to know, I value me. I value God. I value everything. What do I value? And looking at your value. It's emotional. Jupiter, Pluto is coming into a sextile with Neptune. So we have this energy of expansion coming in. Jupiter wanting to expanding that of this world, wanting to bring in this expansion, connecting with that of the divine, which is Neptune. Neptune leads us to the outer world. It's Pisces. It wants to lead us into that of our divineness. You want a portal? August 11th. And it's not because it's 11. Please, people. But it is because it's a yod. A finger of God. A yod is odd in the sky. A yod is when you have the sextile, and then they come in on a 90-degree angle into that, pointing to the sun. Or coming into a trine to the sun. Sorry. Coming into this trine to the sun. So it's opening this up. It's opening this up. And I dare you to ask people, if they say, oh, I show me why you're doing not 8/8. Show me. Why are you doing it? Because somebody put a fucking meme up? I've been saying this every year when this comes up. I say this every year when it comes to the Lionsgate. I was just like, what the hell is Lionsgate? It's not a portal. Like, I could not feel the portal. I don't believe that is a portal. And when I go into the astrology, it's like, it's not a portal. It's not an opening. You want an opening? There's a yod. And that yod is pointing to. And it's allowing you to open up. And that's on Monday. And that's an unlimited doorway. That is bringing in the king, which is the sun, which is the ruler, the Son of God, the Son of the King exalted, which is the Son. With that of the ultimate divine, the divine God, which is Neptune, along with destination, dealing with our destination. So on the 11th, we have this yod that is going to be the ultimate doorway of God pointing to our ultimate destination. That's fucking rad. That's where there's some real beautiful energy coming in. But are we ready? Are we ready? Because there's a lot of karmic energy that comes along with that too. A lot of releasement that comes along with that energy too. Because right now, you got to look at, are you being herded like a sheep? Are you believing that for some reason, if I get that vaccination, I am going to be okay? It's not even in the top 10. What's horrific about all of this and what's horrible about all of this and how they are trying to manipulate and control people is that when you look at how many young people between the ages of 10 and 33 are committing suicide and OD. On the rise, higher numbers than they've ever seen, higher than any numbers that is actually one of the number one deaths that are happening right now. Suicides and ODs. Number one. That's where we have to start. What? Yeah, don't take the vaccination. Vaccination for what? Doesn't make sense. But this is where, if you're looking at things, there's so much coming in at once. That bombing in Lebanon. And if you look into what's been happening in Lebanon, all right, because not a lot of news comes out, but if you've been following or if you go in and you look at different things that have been going around the world, they have had a water shortage since 2018. They have been where they have been asking the government for change and radical change, and they've been, protesting and huge protesting against their prime minister. So they've been really going out, wanting to have this change. And 3 weeks ago, there was a huge protest. People have lost everything. People who thought they were financially secure have lost it all. And they're on the streets. That's how bad it is in Lebanon. So this happening kind of makes you go, and plus it's not too far from where the war from the last 2,000 years has been going on. So there's been this energy going on. Uranus, which I told you before was going across the way it lined up across North Korea, bang, explosions there. We have these explosions happening for openings. We have these explosions happening for openings. We are having explosions happening in our own life because we have to open up. We have to become aware. But people in general, even, I have it too, don't want to listen. They want to go ho-hum. I don't know what to do. And it gets very frustrating, even for me, because I want to I want to say things. I say things and I want to help people, but I can't do anything unless the person wants to get the help. I can give them the guidance, I can give them the information, but my job is only to be a guide and show you what there is. That's my role in this lifetime. I'm here to guide, I'm here to show you. That's it, unless you choose to work with me. If you choose to work with me, cool, okay, yeah, let's work. But it's not going to be for a long time because that's not where my energy is. My energy only comes in for so long and then I have to replenish. That's the way, that's how I've been programmed. I can't change that programming. That's why this morning when I said, oh, okay, I'm just sort of, taking my time. I've been up since 5:30, puttering around, and then I look like, oh, it's 9:45 already. I've been listening to my podcasts. I've been doing my meditations. Didn't get through all my meditations. I've been sort of just allowing that to go, to go through. And as Leslie, says, now add food shortages. Yeah. Somebody posted something about butter being $7 or $8 a stick or whatever it is for butter. I don't buy butter, but there's that's coming in. So this is coming in for us to stand in our beauty, to stand in who you truly are and not apologize. That's where Mars is coming in. And Mars is slowing down, and Mars hates to slow down, and Chiron is there, and it's the wounded healer. So there's so much craziness that's coming on. They lost most of their grain, their grain stores. Yeah. They didn't have much to begin with in Lebanon. They didn't have much to begin with. This is, oh, you're so welcome, Tamara. This is where it's coming in to really, you gotta, I don't, it's like I'm going around batting people on the head, and then they get scared and they take everything personally, like, oh my God, I'm not, and they start freaking out, right? He's filling my house with the smell of weed, must be having a hard day. So a couple things that are coming in. New York with the restrictions and a lot of unknowns. So you're going to find, and I'm going to tell you right now, more states are going to be closing their borders down. And you're going to find that by the end of this month. You're going to find more restrictions coming in different states and provinces too. And you're going to have more coming in. This is where it's like, if you are escaping to go somewhere else because you don't like where you're at, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. When it comes to travel, it's only emergency. Like if you have to travel, then you could do it. Otherwise, it ain't gonna. If you're just traveling somewhere to do some vacay kind of bullshit, it's not. You're gonna find some crazy shit happening, and especially as we're coming into another weekend. Even when it comes to plane travel and stuff like that, right now I wouldn't even trust going plane travel. It's just there's too much shit that's going to be coming down and too many restrictions that are going to be coming in. So if you're going somewhere and you're going for a short trip, the short trip might be that you get there, you won't be able to leave when you want to leave because you have to be detained. You have to isolate. And if you don't isolate and you leave, they're going to ask you, why didn't you isolate? And you could get a fucking fine for it. So this is where you have to be aware. Also, ask people about their fucking why they want August 8th to be their portal. Right? You know what? And you got to think of that. You know what? You got a corporation restricting the president of the United States. I don't care. Like Trump might be a douchehead, might be whatever, but that's a constitutional right. That's scary. That is scary. When they, and I was going to mention that too, because when you have your amendment, freedom of speech, and now you just censored the president, your leader, you voted for him, doesn't matter. A corporation says, I don't want to hear you. That's fucking scary. That is so scary. And when I see shit like that, and I see it in a country that is known for freedom, having your freedoms taken away, and they're taken away very slightly, and you go along with it because you feel comfortable. It's okay for me to do that. And I think, with Tamara, when she was talking about face recognition yesterday, I'm just like, wow. I love Candace. She's like, I'll just let them do it if it feels good. And I'm just like, no. Wake up. It might feel good, but wake up. Let's wake up. Let's start looking at why you doing what you are doing. Are you doing it because everybody says it's a portal, and it's my only day to connect? No. And she's like, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Tamara, what I just said about the president? Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Right? So this is where you got to start looking at it. And if you start really looking at how different things started in the world, they start in very obscure kind of ways. World War I was started by the assassination of the Grand Duke. Right? Yes. President, Trump was censored on Twitter. I don't know if he's been banned by Twitter, because if he's banned by Twitter, God fucking help them, because they're in front of Congress right now, in front of the Senate, being questioned. That ain't going to go over too well, just saying. But that is your constitutional right. Your first, what I know about your Constitution, your First Amendment is the freedom of speech, and you are going to be censoring the president. He censors himself. He doesn't need anybody to censor him. But that's the thing. And that's what you're going to be finding. And the thing is that the new religion is science. But it's science that is being led by different corporations. And even watch CNN, because CNN has been doing some real fucked up shit too. CNN's been doing some real fucked up things, and they are actually, CNN, that corporation, backs a lot of science and a lot of different others. So it goes down to other derivatives. You just have to research and dig a little bit, and you'll find the information. And that's what, I'm a digger. I'm a researcher. It's my chart. That's what I do. I want to know. I want to know why it's doing what it's doing. I want to have the information. And this is where it's like, it's like when you're doing something, if you're following a meme on Instagram and saying, oh, this is the Lionsgate. Oh, yes. Or this is what's happening. Let's look at it a little bit more. Or this is the 13th sign. It's like, fuck, guys, wake up. Ask an astrologer. We get tired about asking that. But, and I posted that on my, with somebody, this other little astrologer that I follow, who's a little bit, she's a little bit risque, but I love her because it's very Scorpio of me to love somebody who's very, has that risque sexiness and just sort of touches on that wild side. But that's it. It's tapping into that part of you, that part of your own truth, tapping in to the truth of you. And if you're not tapping into the truth of you, if you've been, cowering down and not listening, well, I got 2 goddesses that are going to come in and kick people's ass in the next couple of days. I have Mars sending down lightning bolts onto the earth, and Uranus shaking things up and sending electricity through. So we're seeing this of a lot of electrical wake up, boom, 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 shocking to get us awoken, to see the changes that are going out and question, why is this happening? What are you doing? So, my little lovelies, today, you might find that you want to dream. Today, I feel like there's a back door that's there for us to go through. And it's a good door. And I feel like this is where curiosity, where we have to go. Looking at your vision. You can take a nap. And looking at what's being projected at us. This is taking a look. So if you want to take an inventory, let's take me, for instance. Take me, like the Guru Mama. When I became the Guru Mama, it was something that my son suggested as a name, and I took the name, and it became a persona of mine. It wasn't somewhere where I looked it up or I decided to take an ad and I answered an ad in the paper. I stepped into it. I created what it is that I do today. I created all of the different pieces and parts and everything that I do. I kept at it. I didn't stop. I didn't allow for things to stop me. Even, Mama G. Like, Mama G is a short for the Guru Mama, because Mama Guru. That's where the G comes in. The G stands for Guru. So this is where I didn't stop doing what I'm doing. This is like I kept doing this, and I kept pursuing and following my love and opening up doorways that allowed me to walk through and did my, and still continue learning, still continue devising and discovering, right? That's what it is. And if you sit there and you say, I don't know what my dream is, well, then you're going to have to sit for a little while longer. If you don't know what makes you happy, then you're going to have to sit there and figure out what makes you happy. Maybe it's starting to watch silly YouTube videos on cats playing. Maybe it's taking that walk. Maybe it's doing something else. But you got to sit there and you got to start looking at, because Leo is about playtime. It's about the inner child. It's about enjoying. It's about having fun. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying? Or are you staying in this crazy little nut house? That's where this is coming in. It's starting to look at, what do you want to create? What do you want to do? And how do you want to do it? And enjoy and have fun and play. Tonight, I have my art class with Kim Tabay. So I'm doing my art tonight, and we're doing, we're doing my art class, and I'm going to tell you what it's called, with Kim, and she's from California. And it is Kim Tabay's Art Mindfulness Through Art series, Connection with Guides. So I'm doing, and I'm going to be painting this lovely That's what we're going to be painting. Whoa. So we're going to be painting this. So we're going to do this lovely painting of an owl. And I bought all my supplies already for it. And we're going to be connecting with our spirit guides and painting, right? It's a class that she's offering. And it was, I don't know, I think it was $90 US for a 2-part class with a meditation and doing the class. I mean, that's fun. So connect with something that's fun. Connect with something that you enjoy doing. I connected with Kim is that she was doing, because I belong to the Leo King, and I have his app and Astrology Hub, and I follow Gemini Brett and a few other astrologers, and Rick Levine is another one that I follow. So I follow these guys, and Kim's an artist that does this cool art, and she was mentioned, and I followed her, and I've done quite a few different pieces of art with her. I mean, she's the one who started that tricked me, that said, I got to start painting again and start doing some canvas work. And it gets you and it moves you and it allows you to open up. And that's where this beauty is. It's getting you to open up. Finding the things that you enjoy. The other thing that I'm learning about, and I'm just well, of course I'm reading this. And this is such a transformational book. And human design. So this book, and then I'm also following another girl online doing her podcasts on human design. Absolutely, this is another form of bringing in astrology and learning more about how you work, right? How you work, and working with your energies, right? You know, that's where this energy is coming in. If you start to go into this beauty of you and into this flow, it's not to be afraid. It is about coming into and finding what you love to do and enjoying it. So the other thing I'm going to be doing is that I got 10 pounds of carrots that I got to go peel. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. So I'm going to go off, and can I come by with some ice cream? You got a long drive, Dwayne. So go in there. Find something that you really enjoy doing, right? And enjoy. That's where this is coming in. Right? Are you freezing or canning them? Oh, I'm freezing them. I ain't doing no canning. No. I'm peeling them. They're big carrots, and I'm cutting them up, and I'm blanching them, and then I'm freezing them. That's what I'm doing. My tomatoes, I freeze. I don't can tomatoes. I freeze them. It's just so much easier. And you can freeze them, and you can put a bay leaf, and you can put all your seasoning and spices in there, and you can just throw it into the freezer. And the canvas that I'm using tonight is we're doing it on a black canvas, which is going to be fun. I love working on black canvases, as I love working from the dark to the light, right? And I got come here. Like, I got bright colors. We're using bright colors. So we're using bright colors and doing that. So we got some fluorescent yellow. I have a fluorescent orange already. I have another, a different pink too. So yeah, so just, I mean, this is where this energy is coming in. Yes, there is some lightning bolts and strikes coming down that are going to be causing some erratic energies and craziness. But this is where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm happy where I am at. I really am. This is the first time in a long time that we're living in a home that I really, really like. It's not a mansion, it's small. Do I want more room? Yeah, I'd like to have some more room. But it's great for us, right? I would, you know what, maybe one day, I mean, it's coming in and making it more comfortable, making it more of what it is that I so desire with it, and doing that with this place. And that's what we're slowly doing with it. And it usually takes us a couple years to really get settled into a home. The first year is sort of like, but by the second year, going into the third year, is when I really come into settling in and making it more and bringing in more of my uniqueness and pictures on the wall and things like that. I don't do that right away. So this is where it's like, okay, you know what? I'm ready just to settle down a little bit and put it here. If something fabulous comes up another that is going to allow me to do something even more, I'll allow it. But I'm going to have, I just do what I do right now and what I love, and allow for the energies to open up where they need to open up for me. So that's where I'm learning from my human design, and it's awesome. It's understanding that. So soon I might add that into my repertoire, but until then, until I have more of a handling of it, because right now I'm just sort of surfacing it. So do what you'd want to do for fun today. Enjoy, laugh, play. This is Leo energy. This is your portal. Create and have a fabulous day. I know we're in some crazy times, and we know that there's some more nutty shit coming down. But you know what? It's how we're going to deal with it is going to be the biggest part, and how we are prepared for it. That's the number one thing. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you do and all that you say and all that you be. Blessed be everybody, and thank you for being a part of my soul community. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and do. Let your light shine, and don't let anyone distinguish your light. Be the truth of who you are. Do you see my boys being eaten by bears this weekend? No, I see them toasting marshmallows and having a bunch of bears around just toasting marshmallows. And enjoying. They'll be fine. Have a blessed one, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh, they're camping on Crown Land. Oh, beautiful. They'll find some real beautiful hot spots there. Beautiful. Blessed be everybody.